we'll get onto shortly because the comments went a little bit crazy for that one. I thought if that dog gets out of that cage, he's trained as a security dog, he's trained as a guard dog. All I can say to you, if that happens, is get in your van fast. What's annoyed me more is the fact that he's got to go back in a couple of months' time and I've got to spend £1,000 on it before it goes back. I don't know if I've told you I signed the lease for the lockup, so over Christmas I've been moving stuff from my absolute bomb site of a garage to my new lockup. Honestly, my head today is all over the place. The reason it's all over the place is, I'll tell you. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to 2025. It's the first video I've done, a van chat video I've done this year after the Christmas break. I think I put one video out last week. Yeah, in fact I did. It was the one where I cut into the live heating pipe, which we'll get onto shortly because the comments went a little bit crazy for that one. 40,000 subscribers, we've done it. Thank you very much. Thank you to everybody that has subscribed to the channel, people that have been subscribed for ages and new people to the channel. I'm Mark. This channel is all about real world plumbing. I show it when stuff goes right, when stuff goes wrong, all the sort of jobs that I do. Every day is different, which is, my camera's about to fall off. Every day is different, which is a typical jobbing plumber's day. Yeah, we've had a busy start to the year. It's been very busy. I had a little bit of a busy spell over Christmas and I went to a job for a customer of mine, frozen condensed pipe. Went and sorted that out, that was not a problem. While I was there, so he's quite a high profile customer of mine. He's a very well-known supercar dealer, is what I'll say. He lives quite close to me, I've done some bits for him before. He's got a big, massive house, big estate. Now he's got a Doberman that he's like a guard dog. So I've seen him, he's got his Doberman and obviously he's had it properly trained. He's had a guy in from a dog training company. So it's like works on whatever Carl says to this dog it'll do and all that sort of stuff. It's properly trained. Anyway, I've got there and the condensed pipe and boilers and whatnot are in the garage, back of the garage and going outside. So I've opened the garage door up and this dog's in there in a massive crate. Straight away I've seen it, big Doberman. I'm like, right, okay. You stay in there, mate. You stay out of the way. So I've got my tools out, I'm working away, and the dog's tapping the front of his cage. There's like bars that are holding the cage shut. So I think no more of it. He's tapping the front. And I've looked round about 5 minutes later and he's tapped the bottom lock off his cage and he's poking his head through it. And I've gone, oi, oi. So I've put my tool bag in front of it, locked it back up, put my tool bag in front of it to stop it getting out. And he's trying to get the top one off. I thought if that dog gets out of that cage, he's trained as a security dog, he's trained as a guard dog. So anyway, the customer's rung me up and I've spoke to him. I've gone, listen, I was working away and your dog got the bottom lock. No, I said to him, you're never going to guess what your dog done. And he went, don't tell me he's knocked the locks off and he's got out of his cage. I went, no, thank God. I said, but he locked the bottom one off and his head was poking out. And Carl said, if he had got the top one off, which he knows how to do, he said to me, all I could say to you, if that happens, is get in your van fast because he will have you. He's a trained guard dog. He doesn't know me. He doesn't know me from Adam. Don't know who Adam is. Doesn't know me from Adam. Carl said he will go for you. So I just wedged one of my Vito bags against the front of the cage and got the job done, got in my van. But yeah, that was, you don't want a Doberman chasing you up someone's driveway, do you? So that was interesting. That was an interesting start to the year. I'm fogging up in the van. I've got to turn, if I turn the heater on, it obviously might catch on the audio, so let's just unfog the van a little bit. Right, while we're on the subject of vans, this is really interesting. So, as you know, or you may know, I lease my van. I lease my van through a company called Vanarama, and it's leased from a lease company called Arville. They're great, not a problem at all. And leasing for me has worked a treat. I love it. I've had it 4 years now, so 4.5 years now. So June this year, my lease is up in the van. Now, when you lease a van, in the paperwork, you don't get the opportunity to buy it at the end. It basically goes back. So I got an email over Christmas saying, Mark, your van's due, the lease is up in it in June. We're just dropping you a message now to let you know, to give you your options, give us a ring and see what's what. So over Christmas I thought, yep, fine, I'll give him a ring. So when you lease a van, you have to maintain it. They do maintenance packages, but for the mileage I do, I didn't bother. So I've maintained it myself, put tyres on it, put brakes on it. You couldn't write this. Ironically, over Christmas, tail end of Christmas, I've gone out in my van, I'm going down the motorway, 5th gear, I've put my foot down, clutch starts slipping. I'm like, thought maybe it's the roads are damp, so wait for a dry day, went out again, clutch is slipping high up in the revs. So I've been to see my mechanic, and you're like £1,000 for a clutch on one of these vans. It's not slipping a lot, but obviously the van has to go back in June, perfect. So it's not cost me any. This van, touch wood, this van has been brilliant. Can't fault it. Really like the van to the point of I'll probably have another one. So I'm like, what's annoyed me more is the fact that it's got to go back in a couple of months' time, and I've got to spend £1,000 on it before it goes back. It is what it is. So anyway, I rung the lease company up and said to him, what's my options with it? And I just said to him on the phone, is there a chance I could buy it? How does it? I don't know how it works. Fair play, the guy at Arvel said, well, what we can do, if you want to keep the van for another year, we can just roll the contract on and you can keep it. So straight away I was like, I'll do that, because my van's sign written, it's racked out, I know the van. Plus, if I spend £1,000 doing the clutch on it, I'm not going to feel so bad because I get to keep the van for another year. So that's okay. But it is what it is. But if I'd spent £1,000 on it and then had to give it back, I'd have been like, gutted sort of thing. But it is what it is. It's vans. It's what happens with them. So I said to the guy, basically, I'd probably roll it on another year. So it went from initially being a problem with that. So now the van's booked in. It's going to get a new clutch put in it. It is what it is. But yeah, I would have had another van. I would have had another one of these vans. But I need to do a full video really on leasing and vans. Maybe I'll do a full video on vans. I had a Transit as a first van, really early days, an old Mark 5 Transit. And it was fine, but it was an old rattly thing. Then when before this van, this is the new Vivaro, I had the old shape Vivaro, touchwood, well, I haven't got it now, but touchwood, I never had a problem with it. I had it 8 years and 100,000 mile in it, and all I ever put on it was tyres, brakes, service, and drop links on the front. That was it. People say they're a nightmare, they're unreliable. I've not had a problem with them. A clutch is it's just a part that you need to replace. To be fair, my van's, which is the odd bit, my van's only done 30,000 mile. So for a clutch to start slipping, even my mechanic went, that's strange. Could be oil or something getting between the clutch and the flywheel. I don't know. It is what it is. He's going to sort it. But yeah, I remember looking at the time, and Transits, a few people I know had Transits, and even now, constantly breaking down. Let me know in the comments what van you've got, what van you run, and how new it is, just out of interest. Do you buy the van outright, HP, loan on it, lease it? Every different way works for every different person. So there's no right or wrong way. People will go, oh, you don't want to do that, it's a waste of money. My van costs me, give or take, £3,000 a year in lease, and I've got a brand new van. So I put down 800 quid before COVID, put down 800 quid, and it was 240 quid a month for my van. Brand new, had 18 mile on it when I got it. It worked for me. So that's the van saga at the moment. What else have we got on my little list? We've done our 40,000 subscribers subs. Work's building back up this time of year. Yeah. So a fairly slow start to the year. to be honest, it suited me because to settle back into it. But I've picked up a load of work to get done. I've got a bathroom to start in a few weeks' time, full bathroom renovation. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm just going up a hill now. Clutch is slipping. So I've got that to do, and the work seems to be coming in. I always find, I say, it's like feast or famine. When it goes quiet and you just start to go, right, I'll get some paperwork done, or I'll get this, that and done, then all of a sudden it goes crazy. So we've got plenty of work coming up, and I don't know if I've told you I signed the lease for the lockup. So over Christmas I've been moving stuff from my absolute bomb site of a garage to my new lockup. I've got it all racked out one side, and everything's going in. So I will do an update on that on the main channel. I will do an update on that on the main channel, on a main video. That's because I'm watching too much car stuff where they have the main channels and the second channels and all that. I'm not in that league yet. I'll do that on a main video because a lot of people don't watch these van chat videos. It's just me chatting away, really. I enjoy them, and everyone that comments on them, he likes them. So what else have we got? Because I always like to keep them 10-15 minutes. Christmas is over. Christmas is over. I went to someone's house. What's the date today? 16th today. Went to someone's house 2 days ago, and they said Happy New Year. At what point do you stop saying Happy New Year, or did you have a good Christmas? Because it's done now, isn't it? And they said to me, oh, Happy New Year, Mark. I went, oh, Happy New Year. I went, when do we stop? And they went, don't really know. Is it like a couple of weeks in, or what? So, yeah, that's that. Anything else to cover at the moment? Let me know what you want me to chat about. Drop in the comments. Let me know if there's anything specific you want me to chat about. I said last year I was going to do more lives. I've never done an Instagram live. I've never done a YouTube live. Honestly, my head today is all over the place. The reason it's all over the place is, I'll tell you, we was meant to be, I host a Trade Legends podcast, a trade-based podcast where we get loads of different trades in, and people within the trade community, brands, and everything like that. So today, we was meant to be heading down to London to do a really big podcast with someone, and it got cancelled last minute, whatever reason. I'd obviously freed up today to go and do that because we'd all day going down there filming, coming back. So now I'm trying to see what I can get done today, see if I can reschedule some people that I cancelled today when we found out we was doing the podcast. So yeah, so that's why my head's all over the place. What was I going? So yeah, I'm literally going like that now. I'm waffling, I'm going in a minute, don't worry. Let me know in the comments what you want me to chat about, what you want me to talk about. Is there anything you want to know about? Maybe not so much maybe plumbing side, but more sort of, stuff like the van. How does the van leasing work? Or how do you go about getting a lockup and all that sort of stuff, the back end stuff that people don't really talk about, or you don't really see much about on channels. That's why I want to do this van chat, just to go over just random stuff when I'm driving in between jobs. So anyway, I'm waffling on. I need to go and get stuff done. As always, if you're not subscribed to the channel, and you've got this far listening to me waffling on about stuff, you definitely got to get subscribed, because the content is a lot better than me in the van. So I'll leave you to it. Catch you soon, and there's a great video coming Sunday.